Hi, Luminaires. How are you doing on this lovely Sunday morning? I hope you're doing well. We had scheduled about 30 minutes ago to do a Qigong lesson, but our live streaming on Be Live was overloaded. For some reason, it would not let us go live. So I don't know if you're going to be able to find us, but we are here. So I'm just going to talk for a little bit and see how everybody is doing, and if you're tapping back into the feelings and the vibes of staying in your timeline, and if you're staying grounded, if you're feeling happy about being grounded into your body and into the earth. Because if you're having trouble with it and wavering a little bit, a great way to get grounded and back into your body, kind of feeling like you're back in just one timeline instead of spread out, or just feeling emotionally thin from everything that's hitting you. Could be circumstances, family, friendship, could just be the stars. I don't know. It is the time to kind of feel stretched and thin as we're making all these energetic shifts and changes. Qigong is a wonderful way to get grounded and get back into your body. I'm so happy that some of you have found us because we're still, I say we, in a moment I'm going to introduce Dr. Suzannah Stason, and we're going to have some Qigong fun. She's kind of convinced me to stay on camera, but I don't know if you guys want to watch me do Qigong, so I will stay on camera, but it'll be interesting. Hi, Cece. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Bethany. Hi, Faith. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. So if you've made it here, it could be just that I popped up on your live. She's live. But I wanted to do something over the weekend to reach more people and give them something good. And something good is definitely coming up with this Qigong lesson, and especially the teacher who is going to do it with us, for us. Cece, I can't believe it's been 4 years. Something magical, right, happens around us and our community. And this little bit of magic that we're about to engage in, her name is Suzannah. She lives out in California. She's a doctor of acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine, and she's a medical Qigong therapist and teacher. And she's now starting her own new series. And I wanted to showcase that, and I was talking to her about it, and she was like, "Oh, listen, we'll just do a Qigong session." I was like, "Oh my God, I'm not going to say no to that. Are you kidding?" She's also the director of medical Qigong at the Acupuncture and Integrative Medicine College at Berkeley, California. She's been teaching since 2010. She's got it under her belt. She knows what she's doing. Um, she describes it as Qigong is both her path, like her passion. It's what she's supposed to be doing. She knows she's on the right direction in life, but it's also the thing that teaches her the most. So I think we understand that a lot, being in the right place in our lives. She teaches all around the world. She even sets up in hospitals. Come on, does this not make your heart melt? It makes mine melt. Hospitals. She goes to elderly care homes, conferences, meditation retreats. But the cool thing that I learned just before, as we were problem solving all of this on Be Live, now that it's working, I was like, how did you get into this? What makes you different from other people? Because you want to know that, right? Because there are a lot of teachers, just like there are a lot of healers and meditations and just differences. And of course, I think differences are attractive. That's what like brings us together. And she was sharing that it was a medical intuitive at the beginning that strongly suggested that she get into Qigong. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's spot on. That's pretty cool. Because she was already coming from a meditation practice and Tibetan Buddhist meditation practice. So she already had that core presence and mindfulness and awareness. But this Qigong gave a whole new way to ground your energy. And so I really appreciate about her because she's not really coming at it as a technical device to do something, like just a tool. It's almost that Buddhist way of being. Like, this is how you care for yourself. This is how you engage not only with the physical body, mental, emotional, and energy body. So I'm super excited. She's got a new series. She's going to give us a discount code, which I think is great, but more so, guys, we're about to do some Qigong together. Build some community. Love and blessings to you all. Oh, Ashtar, thank you so much. That is really beautiful. So, you've heard me talk about her. Let's just bring her on board and let's pop her video up. You guys are here. You ready to get some movement on? Meet Suzannah Stason. Hi, Suzannah. How you
Hi,
feeling?
everyone.
You weathered the storm through the 30 minutes of technical challenges. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for hosting, and thank you for that wonderful introduction, too.
You're welcome. It's good to know people. But I'll just say, Luminaires, the thing that you should know is like, as all this is happening, she goes, what is this really saying to us? And I was like, yeah, that's one way of looking at it. I go, but I'm going to choose to look at it as technical difficulty. And then it was like, okay, spirit, step away from the computers and the stuff, and then come in and make it work easier. So mindset already in. Were you this way? Oh,
Other way. Hello. Yes, wonderful. And I guess we were supposed to start at this time. So
we can start this time. I would love. I mean, I shared some stuff about you, but why do you feel compelled to teach Qigong? Like, what is it
yeah,
for you? You say it's your path and it's also your teacher.
yeah. Well, thank you. Qigong for me really has just been a way to come into my own presence and power. And as Jamie mentioned, I came from a meditation background, and I really sought a way to bring my kind of alignment and essence into the world. And so Qigong offers this very physical body way to be in the world. And it's taught me so much about how to feel energy through in my body and through grounding, and to feel like emotions and spiritual connection and physical well-being through this practice. And again, it teaches me in so many ways, sometimes on a physical plane, sometimes just in terms of connecting to my heart. And then it's also really shared this capacity to connect with universal chi or universal energy, which I imagine many of you have connected to in your own ways through so many different mediums and paths. So,
That's a funny thing. So many different mediums. And
oh yes, that's
I had to call you out from that one. Okay,
perfect.
what is Qigong? And is it okay? Can I ask? We didn't agree to this, but if luminaires have questions about what Qigong is, do you mind if they write it up in the chat thread?
Yeah, please. Yeah, no, this is a universal question that comes in almost every class that I
Yeah.
teach, and I never answer it the same way twice, which is part of the gift of Qigong, is that really Qigong is an energetic flow through our body. It's connecting to ourselves, to our heart, to our spiritual self, and our environment. And so it's a practice, it's a mind, body, breath, movement, intention practice that can look a lot of different ways. But the question, what is Qigong, is guides us to experience, like you mentioned, like the Buddhist path. It's really an experience. So that experiencing the Qigong state is really what Qigong is to me, more so than talking about it, although it's fascinating in terms of understanding the energetic flow through the body, how the meridians get into alignment, how you feel connected with universal chi in a rhythmic way. And another question I get is, what is chi? And that's a whole nother exploration.
That's chi, ki, prana, universal life force, whatever you would like to call it, the oneness with all that is. It's in
Yeah.
everything. In the practice of qigong, I mean, you can join a practice or you have a training that's coming up. What exactly does the training do? Does it teach you the whole series? Is there a structure in qigong that you follow?
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful question. So Qigong is, a very old practice in originating from Chinese medicine. It's like a Chinese yoga. And there are many forms of Qigong and many teachers and many styles, many who come from a martial arts background, many like me who come from more of a medical spiritual background. And so, I've been teaching for quite a while and been gifted with teaching in a lot of different ways, but there are standard forms that people learn for Qigong, much like Tai Chi follows a very sort of path, like a kind of, a strict form, if you will.
Mhm.
And Qigong has forms that you can learn and really sort of hold an experience in themselves. And then there's also Qigong prescriptions. So there's Qigong movements that help with certain body balances, help with insomnia or emotional release, or helping to balance the spleen and stomach digestive energy, or working with the chakras, for instance. So this program coming up is two things. It's a self-cultivation program to learn several Qigong forms and visualizations and movements that you can bring into your own practice, your own life, and sort of integrate it into your world and your life. And then there's also a teacher training component, or a professional training component, where you learn how to use it as a coach, as a therapist, as a Qigong practitioner, as a teacher. So there's these two programs run together in this upcoming training, and it's going to be such a great mix of people learning and enjoying Qigong in all its forms.
Can Qigong be compared to yoga?
It can be, yeah. So it has a similar idea of coming into union between the mind and the body, and feeling into that sort of embodied presence through movement and through breath. Much like yoga also has standing postures or still postures, Qigong also has a deep history of Qigong meditation and inner alchemy practices. So inner visualizations and such like that. As well. But yeah, some people refer to it as like a Chinese yoga. I don't refer to it as much that way in my practice. I really look at it as a healing modality, a self-healing practice.
Elizabeth's asking, is Qi related to chakras?
Great. Yeah, I want to hear your answer on that. She probably does as well. Yes. So Qi, so again, Qi runs through our body, right? Like it's the life force, it's the pulsing, it's the connection to all of life. And chakras are really energetic nodes that kind of are a gathering point of energy through what in Qigong we talk about being the Taiji pole. So this energetic cord running through the center of our body, down through the perineum, grounding us to the earth, and running up through all the chakras, out the crown of the head and up into heavens or the sky. And so the chakras fall along that path. And in Chinese medicine, we talk about the three dantian in particular, which really are three of the chakras. So we talk about the lower, middle heart center, and then also the upper dantian.
With the three quadrants of energy.
Yeah.
Bethany was sharing that she's been feeling it would be wonderful for her, as she's been physically limited, for massage therapists dealing with physical disability. And Shannon Johnson was also saying that Qigong is so great because you can do it sitting down or standing up. So it really is for anybody.
It's wonderful that way. And the accessibility of it is something I'm passionate about for all people to be able to practice it and to bring it into the field of people who aren't like historically excluded from learning these practices, but also anybody can practice it. So I've taught it, in elder care homes. I've taught it in hospital beds with people all hooked up to IVs who have very limited movement. And any of the practices can be done sitting down. They can be done with one finger. So remember, it's the connection between the mind and body we're going for, not the sort of result of the physical movement. So ultimately, you can do Qigong just as a visualization. And that's a more advanced form of practice, that once you learn a form, you can start to do it in your mind. And I know I teach one class that I learned from one of my teachers, Roger Yonka, and it's called the 9 Phases Qigong form. And I have students who practice it before bed, just to visualizing it to help them fall asleep. And I love that about Qigong, that anyone can practice it in any form.
Oh my God. Even as you're talking, Marnie had posted this. So it was like the both of you were together. Questioning about the mobility challenge. Do you still get the same spiritual and healing benefits? Yes. And even if your nervous system isn't working properly.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, again, I mentioned Qigong has been my teacher in many ways. And it's really about honing that mind body connection. So whatever that looks like on a physical level, it's again, not about the result. It's about that inner harmonization, in that inner alignment through the body. So that can be done with any level of mobility.
I think it's amazing. I was just giggling because Shannon posted back up. She used to be a teacher. She's retired from Qigong teaching. And she goes, it's also extremely meditative. I put my group in a trance by accident back in 2019, learning so much, right? Oh, God.
That's amazing. Trance by accident. That's phenomenal. I love that. Yeah, I love this word. It's very hypnagogic. So it can very much put you in a hypnotic state and bring that that feeling, but doing it by accident is a funny funny way to think about it. But it does have it's movement meditation. It's really like a way to move the body, because it's a way to help the mind have something to focus on. The movement is really to help the mind start to get into that meditative state and like drop thinking, which is such a relief to feel, even just for a moment. It's like
Oh,
that spaciousness that comes.
yes. I want to take one more question here, but I really want to get into the practice. As you're talking about it, I can feel my body going, and now? Do we start now? I'm like really craving it. And this is great. I have not done a Qigong session before, and I purposely did not research it so I could just chat with you.
Great.
So here's Amber. I've heard so much about it though. Amber says, so it trains your energy to have natural rhythm and flow. Like this would be great for sensitives and those who just take on a lot of energy around them and those who have anxiety. Would you agree?
Yes, it's very well put, Amber. So Qigong helps you really own your own energetic field. And so it strengthens your chi matrix, or the energetic field within your body and around your body. So it absolutely can help ground that energy, but also reclaim that sense of power and presence and connection through your system, which for sensitives, it's part of boundary practice, is the strength of your energetic system, not to try to keep things out, but to feel strong and resonant from within. That so anything that you don't want to come into your field naturally just kind of goes away. So it really is, it's a practice of alignment, a practice of harmony and strength inside your energetic field. So absolutely.
Oh my God, yes. Okay. I'm agreeing full bodily with everything. I would love to hand it over to you.
Great.
And you offered to share a little bit, so I'm pretty excited. Susanna,
Great.
take it away.
All right. Well, again, welcome everyone. And
Let's try
oh,
this.
there we go. Whoa. All right. So we are going to start with a little tiny meditation. So staying in our seated position. You also are welcome to stand if you're ready to stand, but we're going to just take a few minutes to get connected to our energy body and to learn a little bit about it from a Chinese medicine point of view. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. I'm going to close my eyes. So do we have, again, that inward looking? So closing your eyes, relaxing the space behind your eyeballs, feeling your feet firmly planted on the earth. And taking just a couple deep breaths as you just drop and settle in just a little bit. And again, the practice of Qigong has a lot of Taoist roots and relationships. So there's this inner looking in Taoism. So what I like to do is imagine the energy behind your eyes, and I want you to rest the eyes. And as you do, I want you to turn your gaze around and turn it inwards and drop your energy down. I imagine it like dropping an anchor through the center of your body down. And again, you can do this over and over just to drop our attention into our belly, into our lower dantian. So the lower dantian is about a couple inches below your navel in the center of your body. And we access it through our breath, through our breathing. You can go ahead and place a hand there if you like, just below the belly button. And we're dropping down into the physical seat of our body. So as you breathe, see if you can allow the breath to push the belly out a little on the inhale and let it fall a little bit on the exhale, just grounding your energy down into your belly. And for a moment, I want you just to feel your physical body, to recognize that you have bones, muscles, nervous system tissue, organs, blood, your brain, just like you have this physical body that is your expression of energy and chi and spirit in this life. So as you take a couple breaths into the belly, I want you just to feel the physicalness of you. And again, whatever your experience is of that, just know that you're in this physical form. And then we're going to raise our energy up to our heart. So maybe roll the shoulders back a couple times. You're always welcome to sigh and just sort of make some noise. It really helps open up energy fields. But breathing into the heart, the center dantian, the middle dantian is the heart center, the seat of your emotional body. So again, connecting to the experience of feeling emotions. One of you mentioned anxiety. Anxiety often is experienced as a lot of energetic feeling at the heart center. So instead of going into any story about anxiety, I want you just to feel the energy, the movement, and to know that you're a feeling, emotional being, to feel into the capacity to feel. And then we're going to imagine energy from the back of the heart rise up the back of the neck, up and over the top of the head to your third eye point. I want you to imagine opening your third eye, opening the crown of your head, almost as if you're breathing into the center of your head with a soft focus. Relax your mind. This is the seat of your spiritual body. So again, we're still grounded in physical experience, but we're connected to non-physical. We're open to spirit, to intuition, to light. What's that like to imagine opening that channel? And we're going to drop down through the body, back into the heart, back into the belly, and then breathe through the whole Tai Chi pole that I mentioned, all the chakras at once, grounding down into the earth, rising up through the body, lifting up through the crown of the head. And to feel this energetic connection, this cord that grounds you, connects you to the whole of the earth, rises through the center of your body and up through the crown, up to the sky, the sun, the stars, the moon. Just take a couple more breaths. Just recognizing that we're this energetic being in this physical form. Good. All right. Now for the fun part. We're going to go ahead and keep this alignment. We're going to stand up. And I'm going to back up a little bit. So you can hopefully see my whole body. And we are going to practice some Qigong movement and have the joy of seeing Jamie do some Qigong movement. All right, so we're going to start placing our feet hip distance apart on the earth. I want you to feel your feet on the ground. Again, we talked about grounding. It's really knowing your place, maybe spreading your toes just a little bit, but feeling the place that you decide to stand today. And you can feel your energy sort of lift. I want you to drop it down. Okay. And from here, I'm going to invite you just to start getting into an embodied movement. Just start with a little bit of swaying. So let your arms just rest by your side, move the hips. And again, according to your capacity, if you're seated still, if you're in a chair or even lying down, just maybe move the arms a little bit, again, just to get us into the body. Take a couple breaths, and then we're going to drop our intention down to the center of the earth. So coming into relative stillness, feeling the feet on the ground, lifting from behind the knees up through the spine. Bring the chin slightly in and back to open up the back of the neck, crown of the head lifted. Roll the shoulders back and let them relax, palms forward. Closing your eyes for a moment. I want you to imagine roots growing down from the bottoms of the feet down deep into the earth. Feeling connected, grounded, rooted. I want you to imagine those roots growing and widening and deepening down into the earth, connecting with each other, connecting to all beings, like trees connect and talk through their root system, grounding our energy down. And then we're going to rise up again through the spine, through the heart, up through the neck, up to the crown of the head, lifted up to the sky. Visualize connecting up to the sky. That energy open through the crown. Good. And we're going to start with our first Qigong movement here. And again, whether you're seated or standing, do what your body can do here. And inhale, we're going to bring the hands to the side, facing the earth. We're going to turn them, bring the hands up and over our head and bring them down in front of the body. Okay. With any Qigong movement, we have the body movement, we have the breath, and then we have intention. So we're going to exhale as the hands come down. Good. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. Now, one of you mentioned anxiety. I'm going to teach you a healing sound for anxiety. So anxiety is often connected to the heart energy, and the healing sound for the heart is ha. We're going to do a descending ha tone with this movement. So in your own space, inhale up. Ha. See if you can feel the vibration through your heart center. Inhale up. Ha. Good. One more time. Ha. Good. One more time, just silent, opening up to heaven and pulling down heavens. Good. Now we're going to do a brief practice of what's called shaking Qigong. So I'm going to invite you to bring your feet slightly closer together underneath the center of the bones. And again, if you're seated, please adapt this to make whatever movements feel comfortable for your body. I'm going to invite you to bounce. Okay, so remember, this takes a little bit of time for some people. I've been teaching a long time, and I've noticed that it takes a minute to come into rhythm in the body. So just be gentle with yourself. But we're keeping the feet on the ground, the arms by the side, and we're finding a rhythm to bounce. Okay, so this helps reset the nervous system. We're going to just bounce and feel free again to make noise. I've really come to get comfortable with making noise because sound is vibration. It releases tension. So again, close your eyes, perhaps turn the attention inward and release anything you're ready to let go of. Blow out through the mouth is another great way to release any stuck energy. And 30 more seconds. Try to stay with it. Find your rhythm. Find your peace. Let your mind rest. If you want something to focus on the space between every cell of the body and just releasing. 10 more seconds. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Good. And in a moment, we're going to just come to complete stillness. And I want you to observe and feel the energy body. So 3, 2, 1, still. Again, just observe and notice. A lot of Qigong is about sensation, about getting in touch with sensing your energy body and knowing it, getting to know it. This feeling is your energy body right here. Good. Go ahead and take a little bit of a wider step again, and one pulling down heavens. We're going to bring the hands up and bring them down. We're going to do one more clearing emotional stuckness energy practice. So we're going to inhale the hands up, and we're going to exhale, and we're going to blow out through the mouth as if through a straw. So inhale up, exhale. This is called open heaven, close earth. Inhale. If you feel dizzy at all blowing out through the mouth, please don't do that. Inhale up, exhale. 2 more. Beautiful. 1 more. And pulling down heavens, inhale up, exhale down. Now we're going to move into one of my favorite Qigong moves, easy to learn, easy to share. It's called the golden ball. We're going to gently draw energy from the earth. We're going to gather that energy between the hands. We're going to raise this energy up as if holding a ball between your hands. We're going to extend the energy out to the edges of the room, the city, the universe, and then bring it back to size. We're going to come behind the ball, drop the elbows, bring the hands into the body. Exhale, push forward. Good. Come on top of the ball, lower down, and release. The last step is to let go. So the golden ball, inhale, gather. Exhale, raise. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Again, we're matching the breath with the movement while bringing intention. Qigong's power comes from focusing the mind, but also relaxing the mind. So we're going to do this 2 more times. I want you to really visualize this golden color, that you're gathering this earth energy. We're raising it up, extending out, expanding this golden light. Love and light through the whole universe. Bring the hands back. Bring this ball in through your body. Push it out. Lower it down. And release it. 1 more time. See if you know it already. These are the 8 movements of Qi. You're pulsing with the energy of the universe through your body. Allow this ball to be part of you, so that you're pulsing with it, flowing in, flowing out, lowering, and dispersing, letting go. 1 more movement is actually from a Tai Chi form. We're going to bring the hands up to the sides. We're going to drop 1 hand down below the navel and bring it in a circle. Down, bring the other hand down. So we're finding circles. Again, this is called cloud hands from Tai Chi, used here in a Qigong way. And again, we're finding our own clouds. So you can make this look however you want. You can stay still and let the hands pass by like clouds through the sky. You can also move the legs. Feel your feet grounded, stretching out the feet if you like. But close your eyes and imagine clouds just passing through the sky, letting your mind rest. And allowing yourself to feel into the peace through your body, the opening of your heart, the connection of your spirit, all in this movement. A few more. Good. And a couple more. And last one, we're going to cross the hands at the heart. We're going to separate the hands, draw the hands down and forward. Inhale, up. And just press this energy down into your bones. Good. And to conclude this practice, 3 pulling down heavens, raising the arms up, exhaling down, this time gathering chi into your lower dantian. Good. 2 more. Good. And 1 more. Bring the hands down to the belly. Close your eyes if that's comfortable. Sink down into the earth. And let's rub the belly 3 times. Good. And then let's go ahead and shake out the feet. Rub the hands together. Take your hands and place them over your eyeballs and take 1 deep, full breath. Good. And rubbing the hands together. We're going to take the hands and rub them over the head 3 times. Good. And 1 more time, rub the hands together. And this time we're going to go all the way down, arms, the chest, a little self-massage to end, down the legs. Even get your feet. Good. And go ahead and just come back into Wuji posture for a moment, standing Qigong. Roll the shoulders back, ground down to the earth, lift up through the sky. And again, just notice, sense into your body, any changes, any sensations that are here. Again, coming into this alignment through your Tai Chi pole, this lifting through your body. And thank you for letting me share this practice with you. We'll go ahead and take a seat now for a moment as we say goodbye for now. Jamie, how was that for you?
I love how it makes my my skin tingle.
Yeah, so there's lots of different ways people feel chi. Sometimes it's like warm hands, sometimes it's cold hands, surprisingly, like chi moves in different ways. Tingling, a little itchy, a little bit like of movement. Emotionality sometimes can come up through when you're moving chi. It can feel a little more emotional sometimes.
The screen is a little stuck, so apologize.
No, that's a nice setting.
That's what it is like the releasing of the energies. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've got like tears in my eyes. I don't know exactly why.
Yeah.
Not like really emotional. My eyes just got wet as I was breathing and moving that ball of energy.
Yeah, and I see here that for some it triggered some emotion, and that's really common as you start to move energy. Stuck emotion can come up and out, and so to practice gently and to return to it when you feel kind of ready to open that, and it's a gradual opening oftentimes. So I'm so glad you all enjoyed it.
Yeah, we have a lot of
wonderfuls,
thank yous. Like, I really appreciate this. I definitely want to know what it's like to go through, I don't know what to call it. Sorry, and I'm a little out of my body. I don't want to call it a process, and I don't want to call it a series. But I guess more of it, I would like to know what it's like to have more of it in my life and how that would keep me clear. Because right now I really cling to kundalini yoga. But there's times that I wake up and I go, I just don't have that energy yet for the kundalini. But as soon as I get into it, I find it, they constantly encourage to, participate, but it calms my head down, it clears my energy. And this required very little physical activity. And I have a jacked up back right now. So, like, movement is not really my game.
Mm.
And none of that set off anything. Like, just really nice.
Yeah, Qigong has, I mean, again, speaking, I'm a little biased, but Qigong has an amazing way of like helping us strengthen our body without taxing our body. And so it really, like, I find that people can really build a lot of energy and strength through minimal movement. And it's really like the simplicity of it that works, you know? And I think it takes a little bit of practice to get our mind open to that idea, because we kind of, at least I was trained in the idea that you have to work hard to make something happen. But it's really a gentle approach. And daily practice really just, it helps you listen to your body, what it needs, and respond to that, because you can do any of the movements in a softer way or in a little bit more intense yang martial way to build like physical strength. So you can really adapt it to what your body needs, which is something I really love. And also just listen every day to your body. Those of you who have a meditation practice know this, that like tuning in the morning or kundalini practice like really helps align you for that day. And Qigong practice has much of that similar effect in helping your body, your heart and mind, and your spirit really come together. So that alignment is really the key to bring your best and highest self through this physical form into your life, into your day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still getting, thank you so much, Julie, Bethany, Ed, Mary Lloyd. Qigong is more than is more the tortoise, and Kundalini is more of the hare.
that sounds very, very true. I know Kundalini is fast and powerful and beautiful, and yeah, it's I love that.
So when you're training, like you have, how long is the training?
This particular training is about 9 months, 8 to 9 months. So it's a little bit of a deep dive for those of you who feel like ready to really integrate and learn Qigong and bring it into your daily life. There's a self-cultivation track for that. And then anyone who thinks that they might want to learn it and apply it in their work, as a Reiki practitioner, as a healer, as a therapist, in whatever way, it's a really amazing tool. So that's the professional certification track that is a little bit longer. It goes from September to June. And is a 200-hour certification course. So, and again, these courses run together, but there's extra training for the professional track.
They do run together.
And we meet once a week on Wednesday evenings. And for East Coast time, it'll be from 7:30 to 10, which is a little bit later. We start at 4:30 here on the West Coast. And then there's 3-day-long classes that have the option to be in person or online. And that's the structure of it. In addition to some, peer learning and online, like pre-recorded lectures. Some of that will be part of it, but a lot of it will be live learning with me via Zoom.
I so appreciate that, because then in the live learning, like, you get to observe and comment and be a part of a community. So I really like that. Do you ever teach single classes?
Yeah, so I have an ongoing drop-in class on Friday mornings, at least morning here, 10:30 Pacific Standard Time.
Where?
And that's been going on for 10 years. It's a really sweet community of people. Anyone's welcome to join. That's a drop-in. And the information for that right now is on a different website called Mindful Movement Qigong. So
I'll type
I
that.
would write that in the chat if I knew how.
Mindful yoga. No, mindful.
Mindful Movement Qigong, .com. So that's a way to join just a weekly class. It's similar to what we did today, but it's an hour long, and we start with a meditation and go through different movements. So again, what you experienced today was not a Qigong form. It was just individual Qigong movements from different forms. So I teach up to like 9 or 10 different Qigong forms. But for this class, I just pull in what people need for that day. And I string together a class based on those movements. And then I also teach some limited series classes of just like one form at a time. Right now, I'm pausing on that as I launch this more deep dive program, but those will be coming up too.
Yeah, I really like the way you teach. You know, I've never been guided by you. This is my first Qigong. I did not want to know more about you or how you approach things because I just wanted to have an honest conversation. And it's
Yeah.
been great. I really admire you.
Thank you, Jamie. Well, I certainly admire you and all that you do. And one thing I love about you, and I mentioned this to you before we went live, was like the playfulness that you bring to all of these practices and to life and to connection. And one of my favorite definitions of Qi is play, that it's really about play. So, that's one of the approaches I take to Qigong is self-healing. And I'm very clear about how much energy matters and how much I love cultivation and like want to come into alignment. But this playfulness and creativity and connection with our body and being able to learn about it and discover it is really part of the magic. And so encouraging, even if you just take away one movement from this little mini class, play with it, get to know it, practice it. One of you practiced in the shower. Wonderful. At the beach, in the woods, whatever. So please take what you've learned today and play.
Oh my God, I love this. Luminaires, I posted Suzannah's Facebook and Instagram so you can track her down, find her. Also, the website link is posted up, as well as the mindful movement one for weekly classes on Friday. So, if this is something that resonates with you and you enjoy the way Suzannah teaches, or just the way she approaches the perspective of Qigong and what she's drawing from in her lifetime as a Tibetan Buddhist meditator, then don't sit still. You know, continue after we say goodbye in a moment to research. Just take a look. If your body's saying yes, the way that you can build that intuitive alignment that you're wanting in your life is to follow through and just go down a little bit of a rabbit hole. Say yes to a single class or say yes to the series. Just let yourself be in it the way that you want to. Now, before I say goodbye, I commonly ask everybody, and this little question is there like a golden nugget, something that you have that you use, that you lean on, that you embody, whatever it is, a quote, an action, a go-to that helps you live your best version of your life? And if you have one of those, do you mind sharing it with us?
Oh, wow. Let's see. Well, what comes to mind in this moment is the importance of alignment. And so one reason I called this program Living Aligned is that this invitation to live in this aligned, embodied self, like that it matters and that it really is, it connects me to my passion, but it's like, it's something I want to share with everyone. So really just that energy matters, our energy matters, and how we take care of ourselves affects the world, and that matters. So that's really what I have right now. With many more gems that I've learned from so many amazing teachers around through my path. So I look forward to sharing more with all of you.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Jamie.
Thank you for hanging through 30 minutes of bad technology and just willing to jump in when it did boot up and stay present with us. Thank you for this.
Yeah, all in the right time. I trust all of it. And thank you, everyone who joined us and who will join us in the future. And we'll just stay well.
I like that. And remember, Luminaires, this is not woo-woo. It's true. Research it. Get into it. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.
Bye, everybody.